Hey, it's Coffee with the Kaye, Season 5, Episode 5. Hit subscribe right now so you never miss an episode. In this episode, we try some new coffee from Boyers called El Diente, and we have an exciting announcement from Ryan Kaye's music instruction that we can't wait to share with you, so listen for that. Also, a lot of us are coming back to school, and we're coming back from summer vacations, and we need to get back into a good practice routine, and that can be a little tricky to do. So we talk about the best ways that you can do that so you can be more successful in your own practice. And finally, football season is here, and we got our fantasy league going, and we'll also talk a bit about the Cleveland Browns and what we're expecting week 1. So it's a fun conversation, always gets lively whenever we talk about the Browns, but I think you guys are going to enjoy this. So grab a cup of coffee and listen to this episode 5, Coffee with the Kids. Hello, welcome to Coffee with the Kays. We're the Kays. We have coffee and we're back.
We're back, baby.
We're back,
We're
baby.
back. I'll let you guys sip. We have a new kind of coffee. Get your candid opinion on what this. How do you like it?
That's pretty good.
That's not bad. All right, so we have the flavor wheel in front of us here.
Well,
It covers different. Well, okay. Go
here's
ahead.
the coffee. This is the kind of. It's Boyers. It's called El Diente.
Where's
and
Boyers from?
Boyers is Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
El Diente is one of the mountain peaks there. It was the inspiration for this unforgettable dark roast blend. Their goal was to create something more nuanced than other dark roasts on the market. The ingredients are sourced from hillsides in South America and Indonesia and have combined to develop flavors of sweet chocolate and floral nuances. You can taste the chocolate.
I got a rose caught in my throat.
You did a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
I always wonder
Rose taste.
when they say floral. I think there's like a book about the boy that ate flowers. Do you remember that when you were a kid?
Well, this is why we have the flavor reel. So
okay.
The floral
flavor
notes.
reel?
Flavor reel.
But did you?
Flavor wheel.
There you go.
It's
The
a way
flavor
to it.
wheel.
We got a flavor wheel. Floral is jasmine, rose, chamomile, or black tea.
Oh,
So what do you get?
It's black.
I'm getting black
really?
tea. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What, you're not?
I don't know. I'm not good
Jasmine, rose, chamomile, black tea. I'm not.
at this. It
black
says
tea.
in here, tasting notes: dark chocolate, roasted almonds, earthy, herbal,
Yeah, that's
complex,
about right.
floral, full body, and low acidity.
It's definitely low acidity.
It is low acidity. I'd say full body. It's very good.
I'm getting a little bit of brown sugar. What about you? Brown sugar?
No, I
Caramelized
think
brown sugar? Or molasses? Molasses. A little bit of that.
I think that's the dark chocolate a little
Dark
bit.
chocolate. Well, they're right next to each other. Molasses and dark chocolate are right next to each other in the flavor profile. So, yeah. That's
It's
good.
very yummy, actually.
There you
It
go.
is very good.
Yeah.
And Boyers, once again, is the they support the school that coffee built, which all of the communities that they get their coffee from, the growers in South America, they support those communities by building schools and renovating schools, and we're teachers.
Hey.
So hey,
Are we? Oh.
all right, this is good.
We didn't clink, did we?
Clink, clink,
No, there
clink,
we go.
clink. Now we can
Awesome.
clink and drink.
Clink and drink. Awesome. Yeah, Boyers, pretty good. We've had Boyers before.
We do drink a lot of Boyers. It's kind of up there for me. It's one of my favorites. They do run good specials too, so I always look for those.
Yeah, this is a blend from Indonesia and
South America.
South America. There
Yep.
we go. So, yeah.
And
pretty
this was
good.
a special roast that just came out last year. This El Diente. They just named it that because that's a mountain in Colorado.
Okay.
It was
Sounds
the
good.
inspiration for the name. But I like their flavored coffee because earlier today, so this, I don't want to blow anybody's mind, but this is not my first cup of coffee of the day.
No.
Yes, this is probably, what number do you think this is for me? We'll do a guessing game.
I'm going to say 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
what I would say.
Yeah.
It's 4.
It's 4.
It's 4.
We know.
You got it. You
We
know
knew.
We
me.
can tell by the meter,
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do. What's it, yours?
the twitchy meter.
I know.
I bet it's
know.
only your
That's it.
second or third.
Third. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my third.
It's
Yeah.
your third. No,
Second.
you had 2 at home.
I had one at home.
Oh my gosh!
cooked
You think you
breakfast
know
this morning.
someone?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's good. It's, coffee is good. It's there's a recent study that was done that showed that coffee does contribute to the body's hydration, and that yes, caffeine is a diuretic. I know. However,
I don't really notice that.
Well, that's the thing. The amount of caffeine that you have to take in order for it to act as a diuretic is like astronomically high. So the caffeine that is in the coffee that acts as a diuretic, the amount of hydration that you get from coffee counteracts the diuretic effect of the caffeine.
Well, it's one of those things that somebody threw out there a while ago, and everybody believes it, and nobody has studied it. It's like coffee's bad for you. Okay, it's bad for you.
That's it.
Well, has anybody really looked into it? Who said it was bad? What kind of studies did they? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of stuff.
So drink more coffee, people.
Drink more coffee.
That's what you need.
Yes, support Boyers, support helping schools
Very
in
good.
South America. That's
Well, I'm
very
glad to
nice.
be here with you guys.
Yay.
We are a little bit behind in getting our podcast out because we kind of had an incident.
An incident.
We're just
Is that what I'm reduced to now?
that's what it is. There's just a minor detour in the road of life.
Yes.
But Dad was in the hospital not too long ago. Had an emergency appendectomy. So we're glad that appendix is out of there and can't do any damage now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Well, they were taking it out and it exploded. So all that poison went in my system.
Yeah.
That's what meant for the extended stay in
Yeah.
paradise.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Poking and prodding and sucking blood out of me and
Right.
waking me up in the middle of the night.
And all the questions. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yes.
What's your name? Where are you? What time is it?
Yeah, that guy.
What day is it? I didn't even know.
I didn't even know.
They ask you this stuff to
Yeah.
see how you're mentally fit. I was like, I don't know where I am.
I have
don't
no
know
idea.
what hospital
Right.
this
I'm
is.
not even the sick one. I'm like,
I don't know what's
I don't
going
know.
on.
Is it
Yeah.
Tuesday? I don't know.
We lost track. They would come in and write it on the board. I'd cheat.
Yeah.
But we definitely want to say thank you to all those that were concerned and all of our students that reached out, people that were concerned, and thank you for all of your prayers and your well wishes and everything. And everything's good now. We're
Yeah,
on
it
the
was
mend.
great. You guys, students were wonderful through the whole thing. Very, very loving and
got the
very
best.
helpful.
Yeah.
And
So-
still people asking, how's Ron doing? And I just love that. It means a lot.
So speaking of having the best students, you want to tell them?
Yes. Best of Florida results came out for 2024. And coincidentally, Ron Kaye's music instruction was number 1.
Whoa!
Studios and instructors.
There we go. Very good.
Yeah.
So it was really cool, man. That's
Thank
the
you.
second year in a row we won that award, and they sent me a specific feature article that they did or are doing on our business, and so I'll read this to you if I can. It says Ron Kaye's music instruction: crafting musicians one note at a time.
All right.
That's not a coffee note, by the way.
No, okay.
Where's that on the flavor wheel? Let's say.
In a world where music often serves as the soundtrack to our lives, Ron Kaye's music instruction in Pensacola has built a legacy of teaching that resonates far beyond the notes played within its walls. This year, that dedication was recognized with the 2024 Best of Florida Award, a testament to the impact and thoughtful and consistent education can have on a community. Ron Kaye's journey began with a simple but powerful philosophy in 1997 to create a space where music education was the focus, not just an afterthought. With over 30 years of experience as a multi-instrumentalist, Ron, alongside his wife Kyle, a fellow music teacher, and their son Joshua, a Grammy-nominated Music Educator of the Year, have channeled their passion into what is the cornerstone of Pensacola's music scene.
Awesome.
They said that. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Right.
But,
Our opinion is a little biased.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. That's good. That's
Well,
good.
and it's true because we always said that we're teachers first. And we started teaching and we didn't sell anything. And we started selling stuff because then it was convenient for our students. We didn't have to send them somewhere because we tell them you need to go get these books. And this is before the days of Amazon and all of that stuff. And they'd have to get books or get this, and they wouldn't get it because it's hard to have time to do all that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sorry. Did you want to read more?
Well, I should finish it.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Ron Kaye's music instruction has earned their community's trust and respect. They have been named a 2-time Best of Florida award winner, having been voted by those who knew them best, their current and former students and their families.
That's you guys.
This award is more than a pat on the back. It's a clear signal that RKMI's approach to teaching is hitting all the right notes.
Hitting all the right notes. Yeah.
We've always believed that music lessons should be about more than just learning to play, says Ron Kaye. It's about teaching life skills like discipline, patience, and confidence. That's what we focus on, helping our students grow through music. At RKMI, the philosophy is straightforward. The benefits of studying music go well beyond the immediate joy of playing an instrument. Whether it's a guitar, drums, piano, voice, or something less common like a banjo or mandolin, the lessons offered are designed to instill values that the students carry with them long after the music fades. While Ron Kaye's music instruction offers a variety of instruments, it isn't just another music school where lessons are on the side. Instead, it's a place where full-time educators focus on what really matters, teaching. Their slogan, Pensacola's leader in music lessons for over 25 years, isn't just a marketing line. It's a reflection of their commitment to the craft of teaching and their community. The 2024 Best of Florida Award is not just another trophy on the shelf. For Ron and his team, it's a meaningful recognition from those who matter most, the people they serve. Winning this award means a lot because it comes from our students and their families, Ron adds. It's their way of telling us we're doing something right. In an era where everything seems to move fast, Ron Kaye's music instruction is a reminder that some things, like the art of teaching, are best when they're done with patience, care, and a genuine love for what they do. And that's exactly why the music school has struck such a powerful chord in its community.
It struck a chord.
Well, that's great.
A great letter, man.
It is.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good article.
Very good. And it is, I remember when we first started the business, we read something that said a lot of small businesses, they don't make it past 5 years. And so I remember us every time, we got to get to 5 years. And then 5 years came and went. And we did a 10-year anniversary where we did a big party and a cake and all this stuff. And it was 10 years. And that just flew by. And now, 25 years is more than that, isn't it?
It's 27.
I mean, that's amazing. I can't believe that much time has gone by. So you will forgive me if I've taught you and then I forgot your name, because that does happen.
Yeah.
But it's great, and it's thanks to our students for voting. So that's amazing.
I think this letter captured a lot of important stuff. Like when we started out, back in 1997, the music stores taught music lessons, but they were more like that pack of gum at the checkout line. You did all your shopping, your cart's full and all that, and then you go, oh, where's a pack of gum? I don't know if I need that. Yeah, what the heck, you put that on. That's kind of how music lessons were treated. They didn't realize the value in that. And I was a very vocal critic of that kind of outlook on it, and suggested that ought to be the primary focus of a music store, is teaching music.
Right.
And then all the other stuff will just follow.
Yeah. Well, that's how you get a reoccurring customers. I mean, repeat customers. They keep coming
customers for life.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But it really became more just for us. We love watching our students get better at what they're doing. We love watching them, just gain skills and be able to play. And it's really exciting. To see your students I told the student last week, I said, my job is to teach myself out of a job. I want to teach you enough so that you can play what you want to play.
Right.
And Tim in Connecticut is one of the main ones. He practices his lesson stuff and he passes his lessons and he does what he's supposed to do. But he is always working on other stuff that he wants to play because he has the skills to play it. And he gets so excited about that. And he'll show me, he'll be like, Miss Kaye, you have to hear this. You have to hear this song I'm working on. And I told him last week, you could bring some of those to your lesson. I could help you with them. But the point is, he's gaining the skills to be able to do it himself.
Yeah, it's about teaching them to learn.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And it's exciting.
You talk about your students that are children, and I think that's a big misconception about our business.
Oh, yeah.
That most of the students we have are kids. And it's actually quite the opposite. Most of our students are adults,
right?
And that's something that is cool to me as well. Is that we have a lot of students that are either retired or later in life, kind of a thing, where it's like they've always wanted to play this instrument or sing well in church or whatever it is, and they've wanted to do it their whole life, and finally they took that leap and they got that instrument and they got the lessons and are like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn. And, and then they start that journey and we get to be a part of that. We get to, get it going for them. And it's not too late for anybody,
Well, I think about Kathy, this drum student. She's, probably a year younger than me. And at this point in her life, she just always wanted to play the drums and just had a fascination with it, and signed up for lessons and practiced and did what I said, and she's become really good.
Yeah.
And now she's playing Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
I mean that's
pretty awesome.
Big leap.
Yeah.
From not even being able to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and she's discovered that she's a soprano. Yay. And she's doing really well with her voice lessons as well. She gives voice.
She's a good student.
It's good. She practices.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, and that's always the key, right? Yeah, you got to practice. But it is. It's fun to like think back and reflect because you guys, your perspective, you guys started it essentially, and kept it going, and then I kind of came into it, So, I mean, if you haven't figured out by now, I'm their son. But, I mean, yeah, I know, right? But that's the thing. So it was the business was a way of life, essentially, right? Because
absolutely.
I was like, what, 6 or 7 when you started? So,
even before that, when we were performing in the nursing home.
Oh, yeah,
coming along.
Yeah, it was all a part of that. I remember all that. Yeah. So, having the business and doing that in the afternoons, teaching students and everything. And then, I was homeschooled. So, Dad would, work on the business during the day and, do school at the same time. And so that was just kind of it was a way of life. It was just, this is what we do. Yeah. And so a lot of times, like I made friends, with the students, like students that would come to their lessons and then we would talk and then we'd be friends, and then we'd play together. We'd play in bands together and, and contests together and things like that, and so that was a part of growing up, too, for me. So then to be a part of it, initially it was like, well, Dad had always talked about learning how to play an instrument as a way to make money. Like this could be a job for you. And he didn't just talk to me about it, but like talked to a lot of students about it. Yeah. And I remember, specifically hearing you talk to, there was a teenager that was taking lessons and being like, well, you could, all your friends, put on their McDonald's uniform and go to work, and you could be picking up your guitar and going to work, how cool is that? And so every so often when I'm carrying the guitar around my back and the bass in the case over here and my stick bag and my mandolin case, and I'm walking out the door and I sit there and go, yeah, I'm going to work.
Yeah. I'm making money.
It's like, very cool.
That's what I get to do. And I mean, it started when I was 15, and just kind of grew from there. And then I still, what's really cool is like, being able to still teach somebody like Landon. Landon was one of my first students, and he's still with me.
Yeah.
And shout out to you, Landon, if you're listening. You should be listening.
Better be listening.
Better be listening. Yeah. But, it's really like, that's he's somebody that's just, he's become, him and his family are really special to me. They're a part of our family,
Yes.
but he was one of my first students, and to be that we're still, together.
I remember that little Mohawk kid.
I know. Absolutely.
I was like, what did we get into?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh man, and when he was young, he was so rambunctious too. When he was younger, it was funny. He's really grown up,
Well, he's a man now. So
That's it. It's cool.
It's a joy to see, and not just that, is his playing has really matured, and he's playing some great things now, and he's enjoying playing. His family enjoys him playing. He plays a lot.
Absolutely.
It's just a part of
well,
life.
that's it exactly.
Yeah.
It's become part of who he is,
Yeah.
and it's not just him that we've had lots of students where we've been able to kind of cultivate that for them. Even after they leave, that they still keep going. I love the fact that we're doing our fantasy football league, and we'll talk about that later. Trust me, just you wait, guys. It's gonna happen. But the fact that we reach out to some of these former students, that have moved on and they're doing other things and stuff, and we're in the league with them and whatnot. But they're excited to hear from us, and they're telling me about how they're still playing, and they're so we got the ball rolling, for them, and helped them be able to do that, and now that's a part of their life, and for somebody that like some of these students that they've gotten married and they've had kids, and now the kids are being raised in a musical family and musical household, it just keeps on giving, and so we've been through a lot, but this business really has been a blessing, and it's a really nice thing that the fact that they recognized the value that we've brought to them, and they honored us this way. It's a really, really special thing. So thank you to everyone who voted for this award, and we'll hope to keep doing it for a long time.
Yeah, it's best music studio and instructors in Florida.
In the state of Florida, which is really, again, the first year it was just a regional. We won the regional, but then last year we won the state, and this year state. So it's really pretty exciting.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So.
Yep, it's good.
All right, well, you want to take a break? We'll
Sure.
take a break. All right, we'll be right back.
Ron Kaye's music instruction has been trusted by thousands in Pensacola to learn, play, and love music. Our strong passion for teaching music provides expert knowledge and guidance which helps you succeed and have fun with your music lessons. Whether it's a bucket list dream or a desire to enhance your child's life, our music lessons are the answer. Call 850-453-9966 now. Realize your musical dreams. Visit musiclessonspensacola.com today.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
There we go.
All right. Yes. So that was quite an honor, that Best of Florida. Now everybody's drinking. Are we gonna clink our waters now? Any nuances in the water?
I know, right?
What are you doing?
What are the flavor profiles of
I
this
don't
water?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Ludacris is apparently like a water connoisseur.
Okay.
And he just recently went to some glacier and did a video of him getting water from the glacier and drinking it right out of the source.
By the mountain goat that just peed in it.
I know.
Oh, no,
and that
no.
was the comments everybody was saying was
no.
oh yeah, that flesh-eating bacteria in there is.
Oh,
and I
jeez.
was like, oh my god.
It's supposed to be pure.
He said it was amazing. He said it was
amazing.
the best water he ever had. I don't know if I would do that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is okay. This
That's
is
it.
out of Josh's refrigerator.
Yeah, right out of my fridge. This is a clean source. There you go.
No mountain goats in your
No mountain
refrigerator.
goats
There
in
you
the
go.
fridge.
That's it.
right. That's right.
Well, I told Josh and Ron this week with students, the biggest thing has been kind of back to school. So I know this is going to come out and school's already been in session for a month and a half, but It still bears repeating that the most success you can have doing an instrument is getting a regular practice routine going.
Yeah.
And every single, school or not, everybody goes through those times when something happens, like you inadvertently go to the hospital for 12 days, and then you have to get back
back into the routine.
You have to get back into your routine, and the routine gets disrupted, and then you have to make yourself get back, and just some of these, it just seems like the middle schoolers right now, for me, I only have a few, but all of them were like, they're so out of whack, because middle school starts so late here that they're not used to. Late in the day. Yes.
Yeah.
Late in the day. They don't go to school till like 9 o'clock, and then they come home at 5 o'clock. Then they don't have
homework.
And they have homework. So they
suck.
Yes. Yeah. And so they have to really rethink. So it had really been important to repeat. You should get up earlier, practice your instrument, then go to school. You just have to switch it around.
I've always felt like for everyone, whether you're a school age, student or an adult, if you can practice in the morning, it really is the best thing, because nothing's happened yet.
You're fresh.
You're fresh. The day hasn't started yet.
Right.
You've got no worries of work and all that stuff bearing down on you, because nothing's happened yet. So.
And nothing has interrupted your schedule. Like if you think, okay, I'm going to practice at 5 o'clock. Who knows what's going to happen before 5 o'clock, and then it comes and goes, and you didn't get your practice in, and then you feel bad.
Yeah, so that's it. I had a bunch of new students start this week, and it's it's always exciting, new students trying something for the first time, and everything. But that's what I tell them is that when you first start out, there is that honeymoon phase of like, oh, this is new, it's exciting, I'm gonna practice every day, and then that second week rolls around, and that's kind of where the rubber starts to meet the road, because then it's like, oh man, I didn't get as much practice in as I wanted to. I hear that one a lot, and it's
I'm retired, I got all day to practice.
Yep. You hear that? Yep. Absolutely. And then all of a sudden, and then it's funny, because then it doesn't happen. You're like, what happened to that?
Yeah.
Where did that go? How about that? Yeah. So making it a routine, that's what it comes down to, is like what I told a guy earlier this week, is like you're adding this into your life. Like right now, even though you say, okay, you've got all the time in the world, your day is filled up. You know what I mean? With something, right? Yeah. Now, you could say, well, I have this free time. Well, yeah, that's great, but you are doing something. Like, nobody is really just sitting there staring at a wall at any point during the day. I know, right? That's it. So, so you're filling it up with time. So that means if you're going to add, practice into your daily routine, you got to take time away from something
else
you're already doing, So what are the things you can't take time away from? You can't take it away from work or school or sleep, or, but what else are you doing? Well, maybe you're on your phone, or you're playing video games, or whatever. Then you take time away from those things to make room for your own own
and I always start with the kids, especially. I start with 10 minutes. Just commit to 10 minutes every day. Can you do that? Do you think you could commit to 10 minutes? And they're like, 10 minutes is nothing. I'm like, then do it. Do it 10 minutes every day for a week. And then they usually will do more than 10 minutes. And they probably do need to do more than 10 minutes, but if they haven't done it before, committing to that and being intentional about, every day 10 minutes, then they'll have some success. So I think, it just bears repeating. It's something we all have to deal with, because our routines get disrupted, and we got to get back on track. So
there you go.
Just like us going back to school, we got to kind of get back in that routine, that mode. Going to bed, although I always don't have trouble going to bed. Or getting up at 4:45.
I know. That teacher stamina is a real thing, though.
It is very hard. That was rough. That definitely was rough. Especially coming off of the hospital stay and all that, and then getting back to school and having to teach. I said the first few days, I said to Josh, oh my gosh, I forgot how much work this is all day long teaching. I mean,
teaching at school.
Being at school all day, and then coming home. That, I don't know. It's a joy. Our private lessons. I don't look at it like work as much, even though it is. It's work. But it's
not the same. I know
it's
people,
not the same.
I've gotten that like so much. Like how do you do it? Like you go, you teach all day, and then
man, your dad must be a real.
I know, right? I tell him, man, my boss, he's such a prick. But that's the thing is like, somebody recently said, like, I don't know how you do it because you teach all day at school, and then you go home, and then you go to your dad's and you teach, and like that's like I couldn't do that.
And then he goes to the gym, so he just kind of takes it to the next level.
I know. Well, that's about the priorities, like we were saying with the practice, because I've made going to the gym a priority,
Right.
So, but that's the thing is like teaching private lessons. I tell people is totally different because typically speaking, they actually want to be there.
Yes.
you know,
for the most part.
For the most part.
Yes.
and they like whoever your students are, they're gonna listen to you because they're paying you, and so there's a little bit of that, that you don't get at school necessarily. But then sometimes I gotta remind some of these guys that it's like, like, hey, you're not paying me to tell you how amazing you are.
That's exactly,
I mean?
yes.
Like you are coming here so I can
make you better.
So I'm going to point out your flaws, and I'm going to show you how we can fix it. And let's remember that, And then when you do well, then of course I'll congratulate you. But a lot of times, I don't have to say anything. You know what I mean?
They know.
They'll nail that piece that they've been on for so long, and that feeling that they have, that sense of accomplishment, is worth more than anything I can say.
Right.
I still compliment my students, but
yes, there you go. No, it's true. So anyway, it's getting back in the routine is
established
good.
routine.
It's good. It does. It makes me feel good. I like getting up in the morning.
I know.
The dogs like it when I get up with them in the morning. They do.
They do.
That's it. So, fantasy football, is it time to talk about that?
Yeah, I know, right?
We love fantasy football. It's very fun.
That's it. Yeah, well, it's cool. We're doing our second year of our fantasy league, and we got a bunch of people, mostly the same people from last year for the most part.
Yeah, got a relative in there.
Yeah. That's it. We
my
got
brother
Uncle Gary in
joined
there.
this year,
Yeah,
yes.
that was good.
Yes.
And he's never done it before.
No,
right?
he hasn't.
This is his first time. Yeah, watch him win the whole thing.
I know.
That's the way it
because
goes,
his son is really into it, so he's probably going to get coached. So. You helped me a tiny bit at the beginning.
Both of us were like, we had to stop talking during the draft because we'd be talking about the players on the board, and the next thing you know, it'd be like, it's gone. Who took him?
Yeah.
Oh, she did. Oh, okay.
You were brutal.
I know. I'm not. I just learn. I'm a sponge.
That sound when somebody steals your one from your cue.
Looks like they had their eye on that one. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And there's times it goes zink.
Yeah.
Zink. Zink.
And you're like, oh my gosh.
Like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
That's why I have a list. They laugh at me because I bring notes. And I have my notepad with my list.
She was really taking it serious this year.
I did
So
that
who was
last
your
year,
quarterback this year?
Who is my quarterback?
Yes.
I have Mahomes.
You went with Mahomes?
I went with Mahomes.
What? You got Mahomes?
I have Mahomes.
I didn't even notice. Wow. Well, I knew you got Hurts, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And I think I took Baker as my backup.
I could have took Mahomes, but I decided I think that he's been on top for a long time. He's due to fall down.
And that was the problem with Kelsey last year. It was the same kind of thing because he's always been the number one tight end, taken as high as the wide receivers in that first round. And everybody was saying, he's bound to. It's not that he's going to have a bad season. He's just going to take a downturn. It
was terrible, and I built my whole team around him, about Aaron Rodgers, and Chubb. And then I was just like, I was just lost.
Yeah.
I was lost.
Yeah, that was
it.
That was it.
Anyway, I just pulled up my team because I couldn't remember.
I think I took Caleb Williams, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You took a chance on a rookie.
Taking a chance.
You even said, I'm taking a chance.
Yeah,
Ding.
that was it. That was it. So, we'll see how it goes. I got a couple of backups, in case that doesn't work out. But I'm willing to give him a shot. I think he's hungry. He's ready to go.
I even like the guys on my bench. I feel like I have an interesting mix. I had Zay Flowers last year as one of my wide receivers, and he did good from Baltimore. I mean, he's pretty consistent if he gets thrown to, just kind of.
So what are we thinking about Derick Henry here going to Baltimore?
Yeah, well, it's just good for him. He's going to get a change of scenery, but I don't think he's going to do anything.
No.
Really?
He's hit the mentality of, like, I don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do what it takes to get paid, but I'm not going to get hurt.
He's not a bulldozer.
That's different from the, I'm going to blow a hole in the stadium wall.
Right, right. Yeah. No, I think there were times watching him last year where I was disappointed for that reason.
Oh, hugely.
You'd see him run right up to the line and, like, fall down. And you'd be like, what happened? Like, how does that happen? Like, he used to be like a truck, just blow right through. So, like, there's a lot of people that Baltimore fans are, like, freaking out. They're all excited. They're like, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's not good.
We finally got a running back, and blah, 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 blah,
Well,
blah.
I mean, everybody has hope. It's the beginning of the season, and everybody's excited.
Unless you're Browns fans.
Yeah, we're not very excited. I did take the Browns defense, but I kind of grudgingly took them. I just don't know. I don't know how we're going to be this year.
I couldn't get behind them. They're just, anything Browns is unreliable.
Well,
when it comes to
Hopkins,
fantasy,
I took Hopkins.
The kicker?
Yeah, I had him last year until he got hurt.
Well, but that's what Dad's saying.
It's
them, because it's either they're not consistent performing or they get injured. So
But I suppose a lot of people feel that way. I mean, it's just it was exciting. The draft was fun, and it's hard when we have 10 in our team, and then it's you have this plan, and then people are taking your players, like you said, and so it was definitely fun. I'm excited. Next week starts NFL, so
Watson is still available
in our league.
Oh yeah,
he's available in a lot of people's leagues.
Who's going to take him?
Who's going to take him?
Well, here's the thing: if he comes out in that game one and throws for 300, 400 yards.
Oh, jeez.
People are going to be taking him.
Yeah.
They're going to be.
And who's he going to throw to for 300 yards?
Cedric Tillman, man. Cedric Tillman had a heck of an offseason. Cedric Tillman, and then that new guy Thrash that they got that's super fast. I watched him catch in the preseason, caught the ball like way up here and stuff, and pulled it in.
To.
He's really good.
Sorry.
Well, but
Watson's quarterback.
But that's what you're like. Who is he gonna? Cooper's a back for another year. He has something to prove. I know.
I think he's done.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if
it wasn't for Flacco or
last year.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about Amari Cooper is he's 30. And he wants money like CeeDee Lamb money.
Yes.
And he's not CeeDee Lamb.
No.
Somebody needs to explain that to him.
Well, and I think they did, and I think that was the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why he decided to come to practice, because he wasn't.
Well, and he only did the 1 year. He didn't, it's not like a 3 or 4 year contract. It's a 1 year contract.
And he might be amazing. I mean, I think I was telling Josh today, I feel like it's so unknown. Last year we felt so excited. We felt like we had this amazing team, and then we just got.
All that's gone.
Yeah.
Well, and the crazy thing was it was a winning season. It wasn't a losing season.
Yes, we did. No, we had a good season. It was fun.
I look at it like potential and a potential achieved.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's a good way.
A lot of potential.
Yeah.
Potential achieved? No.
Well, I think failing that first round of the playoffs so bad against the Texans, that
really took the wind out of our sails.
I'll tell you stories about whose fault that is.
Yeah, the guy who threw 4 interceptions and 3 of them turned into pick sixes. It had nothing to do with it.
That was,
It happened to be the coach who, when they're riding a high of win, he's got them whipped into a frenzy, and then he tells them, forget all that.
Yeah.
You don't have to work. This game's a freebie.
The last game. Yeah.
You idiot.
Yeah.
And that killed their momentum right there, and they never recovered.
I agree with you on that for sure. I think that any other team, like, the Chiefs did that, right? they took that week off essentially, and worked out pretty well for them, right?
Yeah.
But they were not in the situation that we were in.
They weren't having to prove something.
They had stability. They had stable players that had been playing the whole season, had been playing well the entire season. We were on our fourth quarterback.
Yes.
I mean, the dude that signed off the couch, and like our third string right tackle and stuff.
It was like a new belief with the quarterback. There was a new belief in the Browns, and then it just died.
We lost the momentum, and you
could tell when you watched them play, they weren't really trying. They were just going through the motions, going to pick up their paycheck and go home.
Well, I felt like they started to like get themselves up, and then
it was too little, too late.
And
it was just hard because our defense was so good last year. And then a lot of our starters on defense, they took off that week also, and then when they came back for that playoff game,
they were rusty.
They
Which
just
is crazy
seemed to lose the momentum.
It's the mental edge.
Yes.
And I said it at the time. I was probably the only one that we know that was saying that. You got to keep that fire stoked. You can't do that, just take the week off. This game doesn't matter.
Right.
It's on the schedule. Play it, man.
Right.
But no.
But we're excited. I love football season. It's very fun. And I tell the kids at school,
it's fun. We're having fun.
This is fun.
Don't bash off the basket too much.
That's it. Yeah.
But it's
funny.
It's banter. It is fun banter.
It's banter.
It is. I told the kids at school, I said, get ready, football season's starting. And they don't, they're little. I mean, it's not like I teach high school, so.
Well, see, the problem is I have a student that has figured out that I'm a Browns fan, obviously, and he's decided that he's a Ravens fan just because I'm a Browns fan.
Yeah.
Well, so then he's gonna use that. He's already like teasing me about it and stuff.
Well, that's what is really
that was it. That's what
surprising because you know how I feel about the Ravens too. But I have actually two Ravens on my fantasy football team, which is just, I wasn't really looking at the team. I was looking at the player.
That's what fantasy is,
And I'm very eclectic because I have Kansas City, Atlanta, Buffalo, Houston, Baltimore.
Well, there's good players all over
Miami,
the league.
and Cleveland.
You can't just look at the loyalty to your team,
And then
she did that the first year.
Well, and that was
she picked all those Browns.
That was
and went down in flames.
That's it, and that was the first year that I did fantasy football. Was the last year that Hugh Jackson was the coach.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
Yeah,
I
because
made the same mistake.
you feel like you know those players
rookie
more.
mistake.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is what you said because you're fans of the team. You know the players. You know the stories, and
And you tend to know even the other teams that are in your division a little bit more. So I didn't really stray much outside our division that much. I mean, and that's unfortunate.
I would look at players and see Cleveland, and I'd be like, I mean, even if it was a superstar, I don't know, man. It's Cleveland,
I know.
Well,
things don't tend to go really good.
No, there's flashes, right?
There's
flashes. So like you get a player and he'll go off on one game and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's the guy, and then the next game.
Like Amari Cooper had him last year, and he did really good.
Yeah.
But not at the beginning of the year.
No.
So he turned it on towards the end.
And this is the thing with there's other wide receivers that are like that, where it's like you have to. That's the risk you take. If you know, okay, this guy's going to kind of be hot and cold. If you draft him, then you're kind of taking that risk of So sometimes the more consistent ones, maybe they don't get as many points, but they're consistently getting those points. Well, then that might be more what you want.
And I don't know how Kelsey's going to do, but I'm not looking for any breakout, season.
Yeah, I think he's going to do all right. I don't know if he's going to be the top tight end this year.
Well, he didn't play as much last year.
Yeah.
The first few games he didn't play, and it was really bad because he was like, really, I was counting on him.
Did you see that game, that preseason game where Patrick Mahomes threw the ball behind his back?
Yes, I saw
that.
Did you see
No.
that?
It was a fluke.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it was totally...
He was frustrated. And he was throwing the ball away.
Yes.
And Kelsey caught
it.
He's like, how you like me now?
Yeah, he was mad because he didn't run the right route, and he tossed it behind his back, and Kelsey caught it and scored the first down. Yeah.
They practiced that. Don't so even tell me that.
Well, what it made me think of is like, sometimes these guys they click and they're so connected that even the fluke stuff like that ends up working. And we see that in bands. When you play with somebody for a while and you get to know them, you kind of know how they're approaching stuff and their tendencies, and then they make a mistake or you make a mistake and you just go with it, and it's, nobody ever knows. It's kind of like that, you know. So
that's it.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a fun season. We're excited. Yeah. And we will. Yeah,
we'll keep you posted on.
We will definitely.
How we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll make another podcast on our bye week, whenever is.
There we go. I know.
Just kidding. I don't know.
That's it. Yeah. So that'll be good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's always a fun time of the year. So
it is very good.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. All right, thanks for joining us for Coffee with the Kays. Musiclessonspensacola.com is how you get to our website if you're interested in taking lessons from the best in Florida.
That's right.
2 years in a row. All right. So yeah, check that out. The music and intro and outro music is by Ron Kaye off of his album K-Struction. You can get that everywhere that you stream your music, including YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. Give us a like, and be sure to comment if there's questions that you have, topics that you want us to cover in future episodes of the podcast. We'd be happy to discuss that with you, and we thank you for watching. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the next episode of Coffee with the Kays.